There is ample evidence to suggest the former Gujarat DGP R.V. Srikumar was part of a larger nexus and was part of a conspiracy from the very beginning. The SIT claims there was a large conspiracy hatched with political notice. They say. SIT alleges the conspiracy was hatched by Teesta, Setalwad, R.V. Srikumar and Sanjeev Bhatt on behest of late Congress leader Ahmed Patel. That's the SIT in Gujarat naming a Congress leader, and that is why it's explosive. Priyanka joining us with the details. Priyanka.
Well, that's right, Niranjan. As you were pointing out, the salient details of this entire affidavit as well that we have accessed exclusively, that has been also filed as a reply with respect to the bail hearing is concerned of R.V. Srikumar. In this, of course, the parts of the investigation have been mentioned as to how, what really are the evidences that have come so far in front of the Gujarat SIT that has been formed to categorically look into the details of how there were fabrication of evidences, there was fabrication of documents and also the fabrication of statements that had been given by witnesses. But now these are some points of this affidavit that I would just very quickly read out for our viewers. Soon after the Godhra train incident, Srikumar held meetings with Teesta and others as well. And now this is a very important part of this entire affidavit, where he is categorically mentioning that there were meetings that had taken place between R.V. Srikumar, Teesta Setalwad and Ahmed Patel as well. Now we are seeing Ahmed Patel's name again and again coming up in this entire conspiracy, how Teesta Setalwad had been working for Ahmed Patel as well, for in return of the Rajya Sabha seat as well. Those were some of the details that had come to light during the course of the court proceedings with respect to the Teesta Setalwad's bail application that she had also filed before the court as well. And now this is another clincher that is coming to light with respect to the investigation by the SIT, in which there were meetings that they are claiming that they have reason to believe, they have evidences to prove that these were meetings that had taken place with R.V. Srikumar and Teesta Setalwad as well, who had been very categorically been involved in the fabrication of the evidences when it comes to the SIT probe that was being carried out with respect to the 2002 riots. Now, apart from that, another very important point in this is that the conspiracy hatched between Srikumar, Teesta, Sanjeev Bhatt on the behest of the late Congress leader Ahmed Patel. Now, this is something that has been mentioned in the reply that has been filed by the SIT in the court, where they have very categorically said that there were on the behest of Ahmed Patel, that is all of these three people had been working, that is R.V. Srikumar, Teesta Setalwad and Sanjeev Bhatt. Now these are statements that have been made earlier as well by the SIT, that they have evidences to prove that R.V. Srikumar, Teesta Setalwad and Sanjeev Bhatt had been in cahoots with respect to the fabrication of the evidence. But now this is a clincher that has come to light with respect to this reply that has been filed, Niranjan, in which they have categorically mentioned that they knew that these three people had been in cahoots and working for fabrication of the evidence, but they were working at the behest of Ahmed Patel, is something that has come out now in this reply of the SIT that has been filed before the Ahmedabad court with respect to the bail petition that had been filed by R.V. Srikumar as well. So this is another clincher. And of course, we had seen Ahmed Patel's daughter as well just last week when this entire story had broken with respect to the reply that had been filed in the court and the kind of arguments that had been put forward before the court as well, where Ahmed Patel's daughter in fact had also come out and clarified that there is absolutely no truth to these kind of statements or these kind of legal arguments that have been put before the court. But that being said, we are seeing that the SIT is claiming time and time again that there were these three people that they know of, at least Teesta Setalwad, Sanjeev Bhatt and R.V. Srikumar, and in the FIR as well, and also in the reply they had stated earlier while they were asking the court to reject the bail petition of Teesta Setalwad, they had categorically mentioned that there are big political figures who had been involved in this entire conspiracy to fabricate evidence, to implicate the then state government that was led by Narendra Modi, who was the chief minister. And of course, before that as well, we have seen these kind of details coming to light with respect to the meetings that were being carried out with Sanjeev Bhatt, who said that there was a meeting that had been headed by the then chief minister Narendra Modi, but that meeting had not happened at all. So those are the kind of evidences that have come to light with respect to this investigation that is being headed by the SIT now, the Ahmedabad crime branch, and of course the SIT being headed by the Gujarat ATS chief Dipen Bhadran as well. So that being said, we are looking at how more and more evidences are piling up now, Niranjan, that has now become a clincher with respect to how this was a political vendetta when it comes to the fabrication of evidence of implicating the then Chief Minister, Narendra Modi, and also this has been mentioned in the Supreme Court hearing, in the Supreme Court order as well, that there was a conspiracy at play, there was a political motivation behind these kind of fabrication of evidences, and that is exactly what we have seen coming to light during the course of this investigation since the time that Teesta Setalvad had been arrested from her Juhu residence in Mumbai and then had been brought back to Ahmedabad. And since then, there is one after the other investigation, interrogation that was being carried out of Teesta Setalvad, of Sanjeev Bhatt, of R.B. Srikumar as well. Sanjeev Bhatt, in fact, just 2 days back has also now been given, remand to the police custody so that he can be interrogated. And during the course of those interrogations as well, we had seen that the SIT had already mentioned that they need remand custody of all these three accused so that they can be confronted with the big names that are coming to light with respect to these fabrication charges that have been leveled against them. In fact, they have been proven against them. So that is why they said that they need more time. That is why they said that these people should not be given bail. They have antecedents. They have connections with huge political leaders who might also tamper with this entire investigation. Even though, you know, we are seeing Ahmed Patel's name coming to light. Of course, he passed away a few years back, and now we are seeing that his family members had also come out in his defense. But the truth remains that the SIT has found now new evidences that shows that there was a meeting that had been chaired by Ahmed Patel with R.B. Srikumar, with Sanjeev Bhatt, with Teesta Setalvad, in which all of these discussions had also been done. All this planning and plotting had been carried out as to how to fabricate these evidences, how to make how to do witness tampering as well, how to make witnesses sign these fake statements, pre-written statements, without letting the witnesses read these statements as well. So all of this has been mentioned in the investigation. It has come out during the course of the investigation. But now, Niranjan, a clincher that has come to light in the form of this reply that has been filed by the SIT. In fact, where they have said that all of these three members had been working at the behest of the late Congress leader Ahmed Patel.
Thank you for that. In fact, that's a big development in that in the post-2002, post-Godhra riot political conspiracy. An explosive claims being made that after Godhra, there were meetings held R.B. Srikumar, Sanjeev Bhatt, Teesta, and a specific allegation of the Congress party's late leader Ahmed Patel, who was the advisor, the political advisor to Sonia Gandhi. The SIT claims that he paid Teesta Setalvad money, saying that he paid Teesta Setalvad money to execute the conspiracy. Now that's a very, very serious charge. And let's see what the Congress party says on it. Gaurav Bhatia is on the phone line of the BJP. Gaurav Bhatia, the SIT has gone on record in Gujarat to talk about the political conspiracy, and the exact words used are that Teesta Setalvad had received 5 lakhs and then rupees 25 lakhs from late Shri Ahmed Patel as a means to execute the conspiracy. Can I get your party's response to that? Gaurav Bhatia.
This is a clear indication of what the Honorable Supreme Court had also said in its judgment. And people like Teesta Setalvad and others, especially the Congress party, who were no match to the then Chief Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, tried to destroy him politically by this vendetta unleashed by the people. Now the truth is coming out, and the saddest part is, our political vultures, they feast on dead bodies, and their sinister design is to personally benefit politically and financially from the pain of the common citizens. The truth is coming out, and we are very sure that the court would take a stern view, and these people who are guilty of orchestrating riots, of trying to attack the Prime Minister, will be punished under law.
Thank you, Gaurav. Getting in some breaking news now, the Parliamentary Affairs Minister responding to the seating controversy that wasn't. Let's cut across straight to that live response coming in from Delhi over a story that Republic TV broke.
हम चर्चा के लिए तैयार है, दोनों सदनों में चर्चा के लिए तैयार है. Not only in one house, in the both house, government is ready for the discussion on the price rise. This is duly communicated. They were telling that government is not talking to us. I have personally spoken to both the leaders in Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha, and I will speak to other leaders also after a few minutes, and I urge them with folded hands. Governments want discussion, and government wants the government business also, that is bill and other things also to be passed. So that's why सदन जो होता है वो चर्चा के लिए होता है. चर्चा के बाद चिंतन और मंथन के बाद एक निष्कर्ष पर हमको आने के लिए सदन है. लोगों को एक प्रतीक्षा है, एक अपेक्षा है, सदन में चर्चा होगा, हमारे समस्या के बारे में और कुछ हल निकलेगा. इसीलिए मैं आग्रह करता हूं, और किसी मंत्री उत्तर देने दो. ऐसे गैर जिम्मेदार बयान वो दे रहे, फाइनेंस मिनिस्ट्री आना है क्या, ऐसे पूछते हैं. मैं बता रहा हूं, और हमारे सरकार के निर्णय है कि निर्मला जी आने के बाद वो आपको सुनना चाहते हैं. शी वांट्स टू लिसन टू यू, शी वांट्स टू रिप्लाई यू. दैट्स व्हाई आई अर्ज once again the opposition through you that please come for the discussion, and we will start the business, and very shortly I am very confident she will come to the house, and there will be debate on even on price rise for which they are demanding, and they are just making it as a reason. एक बहाना बना रहे हैं. एक्चुअल चर्चा कांग्रेस पार्टी एंड अदर ऑपोजिशन पार्टीज एक्चुअल चर्चा करना नहीं चाहते हैं.
Sir, you demanded action on MPs who are protesting inside the house after
No, see,
placards and slogans. So can we expect that protesting MPs will be physically removed?
it is not.
A clincher now, viewers, that has come to light with respect to the 2002 SIT probe and the fabrication of evidence against Teesta, Sanjeev Bhatt and RB Srikumar as well, where now Ahmed Patel's name has come out in the open, and that he had been conducting meeting and these three people had been working at the behest of him. We're getting you all the details right after this very short break.